To 33. Big shout out to all the Ramish community. You're in tune to Rise Above TV. It's Friday night. It's 8 p.m. That means only one thing. Unfortunately, it isn't live tonight. I'm just recording this nice friendly little message for you. Andy PG's not even here. However, there is no need to go anywhere because tonight, as per usual when it's not live, I have selected the finest cuts of vintage Rise Above. We're still carrying on with the Inner Guardians lecture from episode 77. The third part of episode 20, the Antarctica dig. There's also a vintage chat with Inner Guardians in the mix tonight. Some of our work out on the streets, interviewing people in Southampton. So that's what's on the menu tonight. We also obviously need to let you know that the next physical meet-up for the community is in... Oh, wow. Hello, Hermes. Couldn't have planned that better. Is January 31st. Don't tread on the buttons, please, mate. That would be bad. Go back up there. That's your little perch. January 31st at the Attic in Southampton. Scan the QR code. It will be available during the show. Mark Devlin is doing the presentation, and myself and Andy are going to give you the full scoop on MI33, the work we've been doing undercover, our infiltration work. We're going to give you the full behind-the-scenes scoop. Get your tickets. They're only 12 quid on the early bird. It's in a central Southampton location at the Attic. There will be after drinks somewhere as well. It'll be a lot of fun in January. Get your tickets now. All right, what else is on the menu? Also, need to let you know we have got the ongoing meme competition. Get your memes into riseabovelivestream@gmail.com. In fact, let me just put the... I'm just going to put the webs. Yeah, here you go. riseabovelivestream@gmail.com. We want to see your memes. We've already had some great entries from You've Been Nudged, but let's face it, he's a professional memetician. I think he's gonna get some sort of prize anyway. But we do want to see some new talent with the memes. Right, a very popular thing that we did recently was I've got a whole box of these Dr. Kimchi physical cold storage crypto wallets. They're indestructible crypto wallets. They're fireproof, floodproof. You can actually physically store crypto on them. We're giving them away free. I've still got half of the box. Even if you're not into crypto, this is a great little piece of Ramesh memorabilia. You know, you won't get these anywhere else. We're giving them away. All you've got to do to get one of these cold storage wallets, how much would it be to buy one of these? I don't know, 10, 15, 20 quid at least. It's a metal coin. What have you got to do? Very simple. All you've got to do is sign up to Patreon, and it's only £3. And as well as getting this meme coin posted to you, you're also going to get a whole host of content which you will never ever see on YouTube. We are putting a lot more work into Patreon than we are on YouTube. Big shout everyone that is supporting us on Patreon. The revenue that we're making on Patreon, we are putting straight back into the Rise Above project. That's why the content is getting more varied. The production values are constantly increasing. We're now employing people to be editing, filming stuff for us, and we're doing a lot more varied stuff. It's because of the support we're getting on Patreon. So big shout to all of you. We will be live on Patreon this coming Wednesday for Midweek Raw 6. So make sure you sign up before Wednesday to catch the live Midweek Raw. And we are definitely going to be back live next week. I apologise that we weren't live tonight. We had some MI33 work this week that wasn't that successful. I'll talk about that in a minute. I did plan to be live tonight, but we're definitely going to be live next Friday, which is the 7th of November on YouTube, 8 o'clock. And we're going to do customer services again because last time we didn't actually get a chance to take that many calls. We had a lengthy conversation with Josh, and I'm really glad Josh did call in. Was chatting to him again today, actually, really like Josh. So we're going to open the phone lines again, and obviously there's a lot to talk about with what's going on in Clan World. Now, as I just mentioned to you, we went to do some MI33 work this week, some infiltration. It didn't go to plan. Andy PG was gutted. Basically, we had bad intel. The people we were trying to infiltrate weren't where they were supposed to be. That's all I can really say. Andy PG was gutted. He's like, we've come all the way here. We drove to another city, by the way. An hour journey each way. I said to Andy, what you've got to remember is, this isn't like going into the studio with a Schwab show, pressing record or pressing live, and just getting our content, completing our show. We're going out into the real world. We're trying to capture real organic things happening. And apart from that, we're trying to infiltrate these groups and these meetings and stuff. We can't always expect it to go right. We can't always expect the people to be there. So, yeah, we had our first failed MI33 mission. But on the way back, we did record this.
This is Rise Above TV. We're undercover MI33 at an undisclosed UK location, infiltrating tonight. This Saturday, catch us in Bournemouth Town Centre at Creams, 2 till 4. Safeguard Force, who are protecting the town centre, are going to be there doing a meet and greet with the public. And guess who's going to be there doing a counter-protest?
Stand up to racism and SWP. That's right, the Socialist Worker Peasants.
We've infiltrated them before, we've doorstepped them before. We're going to be there on Saturday to interview the people of Bournemouth, to support Safeguard Force, and to oppose the Socialist Workers' Party and stand up to racism. MI33, Rise Above TV.
Work to you now.
So yeah, that was how we were dressed to go for the infiltration. We recorded that before going, and then it didn't happen. Right, let's address what we said in that video. Tomorrow, which is November the 1st, we are going to be in Bournemouth Town Centre. It's actually 12 till 4, not 2 till 4 like it says on that poster. That was a typo. Big shout to Luke. That wasn't me, it was him. So why are we doing this? Basically, we've been covering Bournemouth Town Centre. It's our local town centre. It's been on the news about how bad things have got, not just because of the migrant hotel, definitely to do with other things as well, county lines. Just lots of different problems in the town centre, got very dangerous and violent. And this group called Safeguard Force came along to try and volunteer to make things better. We've been with them on the first patrol, and we've seen the absolute tirade of abuse they've got online since they've been giving up hundreds of hours of their own time to help people that are vulnerable, that are victims of crime. Absolutely insane. Tomorrow is their first meet and greet. I should have had the details up on the screen now, but you can see it in the video. It's at Creams in Bournemouth. We're going to go down there to show our support, to document the event. We want to interview people in Bournemouth to see what they think about Safeguard Force. Have they made things better? I can't believe that, lie down for communism and the Socialist Losers Party have got the audacity to make a counter protest for people trying to help the town. So we definitely want to go down and show our support. So make sure you get down to Bournemouth if you're anywhere near the area. That's tomorrow, 12 to 4, Creams in the town centre. Rise Above will be there. Anyone that subs to our Patreon in the next week, before the next live show, before the next customer services, you will get posted one of these. A physical cold storage wallet for your crypto. It even comes with a guide to crypto if you're brand new to crypto. What a great way to start a crypto journey with one of these free Dr. Kimchi meme wallets. And remember, Dr. Kimchi is the meme coin, which all of the proceeds go to doctors and practitioners which are fighting the big C, CANCER, without using big pharma poison. So it's a great cause anyway. Right, I think that about wraps it up. Sub to Patreon. Don't be a peasant. Go down to Bournemouth tomorrow. Support Safeguard Force. Enjoy the rabbit platter you're about to be served up with some proper vintage Rise Above. And finally, I would say word to your nan. Welcome everyone. It's that time of the week again. It's midweek chats with myself and the one they call Master Lee. Let's invite him in. Greetings and salutations, Master Lee.
Salutations.
How you doing? All right?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Yeah.
So, what a show we had on Friday night. I think we probably need to start by addressing what happened last week, because we really had quite an epic call-in, 7-hour, 20-minute show, and it was quite emotional, wasn't it?
Yeah, very touching, but very good.
Yeah, very good. We had callers from 3 different continents, from the UK, from Canada, and from the US. A couple of callers from the US.
Yeah.
For this very reason, right, we're going to be repeating that this week. We're going to have the tipping point part 2, and we are going to be accepting call-ins from absolutely anybody. And like we said last week, we really want to get someone from the other side of the ideological divide, shall we say?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be great.
Now, what's happened to me this week? Been deleted. Obviously not this station, not Rise Above Live, but the original station, Double LMC, my original page with my music, etc. on, has been fully deleted for medical misinformation and cyberbullying and hate speech. Believe it or not. So, yeah.
AKA the truth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. AKA telling the truth. What's the old saying? In times of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act, as we are fast seeing each and every week. So, to everyone that's looking for my videos, they won't be found on YouTube at the moment. Everything has been backed up on Odyssey at Rise Above. Going forward, we're going to have to occult the language, aren't we?
Yeah, well, you can see they're trying to eradicate the first principles, especially of your work that you've been doing. That's a very important point.
Yeah, and this is what I was saying to you right now. If I was to be having a debate with somebody, and they're saying, "How you come up with these crazy ideas?" Well, I say, "Well, actually, I've been laying these out for a year, here's a document of what I was saying this time last year.
Yeah.
But now, right? Okay, some of those videos are uploaded in different places. They don't have the gravitas of the views. They don't have the gravitas of the date they were uploaded, and they don't have any of the comments and any of the interaction. So yeah, my first principles have actually been attacked. You're absolutely right, and I put a lot of work in last year in really trying to. I suppose you could actually say I was just searching out the first principles of like what the hell is going on with
Yeah.
with that
You did a
series
very
of
good job.
videos.
You did a very good job of that.
Thank you. I tried my best. I think I got to like episode 13 or 14 of Coviet 1984. All the different aspects. ID 2020, the falsification of the death tally. Got to be careful here. Yeah, that's all gone. And the funny thing is, on brand YouTube, all of my videos got deleted on there as well. But this actually happened a couple of weeks before. And do you know what the only one they left was? It was the most controversial one of all time. It was actually the one about the Dave's ice cream virus and the Ike protein. It was the original one that got me banned. Yeah. So really, no idea what was going on there.
It's probably the algorithms. I mean, have you investigated the process of being deleted?
Well, I've looked into all of the guidelines about what is acceptable and what's not, and how often they change. Now, they say they have teams of moderators and they have an algorithm. The thing was that the last 3 videos that got me the final strikes, they were all from last year. They've been there the whole time. So if what we think about the way an algorithm works is correct, that it has the ability to sort of be omnipotent, searching through vast libraries of data at once, then these videos should have been flagged up ages ago.
Yeah.
They've been there. They haven't gone anywhere. The fact was, I probably had enough stuff on there to get me deleted 10 times over, if they wanted to apply it to every video. And it seems like, I think it was targeted at this particular time. I don't think the algorithm has just suddenly realised there's X amount of videos from last year.
Well, they can scan videos. I believe it's something like 1 hour of a video they can scan in seconds.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
That's quite incredible.
Yeah.
And then they can take everything they need from it.
Yeah.
That's quite scary.
Well, it's the agents of the denying force. They're trying to act as rulers.
Yeah.
You know, for the denying force, and they're trying to keep a balance in check.
Yeah. So, in one sense, I do feel like it's back to the drawing board. But then I have to think, well, a lot of people have said that this is quite overdue, that all those videos got deleted, because
Sure. Yeah.
maybe I was on borrowed time.
Yeah. Well, on my channel, the Inner Guardians, which actually started in 2019, I've laid a lot of the first principles. In February, January, February, March, April, I did quite a few videos, and then I didn't do many more. And that was primarily because I'd laid down the first principles. I recommend anybody just keep going over them, and you'll find things that are relevant now, here and today, way back over a year ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because it's the truth, so it will stand the test of time. Now, I've been very careful not to get the algorithms involved with my videos. I gave the gist of things, and I actually did do a video where I was explaining that I talk in the gist for that reason.
Yeah.
And I did stay away. I did actually say that I would stay away from certain subjects or words, but it gives the gist of my thoughts.
And like you say, when we're dealing with this plethora of subjects that's very multi-layered, and it spans across so many different disciplines, often enough times to get bogged down in the detail can actually be a little bit counterproductive. So that's why we
Sure.
talk about the gist.
Yeah.
It's something you slipped into the language quite sort of subversively a couple of months ago. Yeah, he got the gist of it. And then you've sort of really expanded it, and you've sort of opened up as to why the gist is so important to the syncretist, basically.
Yeah, because if you're not careful, you can just get stuck going down different rabbit holes, when really what you need to do is just get the gist or the sentiment or the meaning of what of the knowledge.
So would
that's
you
being
say that my
given.
concept of the whole rabbit is actually sort of gististic?
Oh, definitely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I like it.
So we do need to get a spreadsheet or a translator of certain keywords moving forward.
We'll get Magix to develop an app. I think that's going to be the only way going forward. We'll have to develop an app that sort of you type in a word and it comes out with the Aborigine translation. I think that's the way forward.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the other thing that's important to understand is that the things that we say, we don't actually want to be true. I actually hope I'm completely wrong,
Me too.
but I'm looking at things objectively with objective reason, and I can always, when I hope that I'm wrong, it usually means that I'm right,
Yeah.
without sounding too pessimistic.
Yeah. I know the feeling, mate. I know the feeling. Yeah, and this week, I mean, so much has happened this week already. Like everything seems to be. I mean, I hate to sound like a broken record, but they've turned up the notch again.
Yep.
The spearing rhetoric has gone through the roof. What's the new Delta Plus variant today?
Yeah. They've added the plus. Yeah.
They've added the plus. I've seen the hay fever post about how now covert particles can travel up to 60 meters or 60 feet on pollen, which is frankly quite fantastic. I think that's an amazing scientific discovery.
Well, I think that's to back up the lockdowns.
Yeah, it's
Possibly to come.
well, it's to provide a bit of fuel to the fire for the Delta Plus. It's to carry the Delta Plus past the 2 meters, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're dealing with different parameters here and different lots of different numbers. Special double number getting thrown around a lot. You had a good one today, didn't you? You had quite an interesting experience in.
Well, yeah, it's actually connected to what
park.
it's connected to what we're just talking about with regards to. I was just about to say that this hay fever thing could be a justification for muzzling up outdoors, which seems to be very important for them to maintain this the illusion of whatever they're claiming. So I was in the park today, like most days, with my dogs. And which bit do you want me to talk about?
Well, I mean, what you there's two aspects to this story. You came across a couple of people that you had quite an interesting conversation with on the bench,
Yeah.
and then these two people that I'm showing on the screen right now suddenly walk past, so everyone can see this picture that you took. And just let's just be clear, you did ask these gentlemen if it's okay to feature on Rise Above, and they were both happy about this. You said, we're going to feature you on the podcast.
Yeah, I did say to them, look, you wouldn't be doing this job if you didn't like attention. And they agreed with that. And they said, look, we've been on far worse. We've been on Twitter. That's what they said.
Oh, what, like people just filming them and putting them on Twitter and stuff like that?
Yeah. So they're used to it. They did actually mention that somebody altered the picture or video of them and put porn on their screens, which they weren't too pleased with. And I promised them that we wouldn't do that. I said, at worst, we might put Rise Above logos on.
Oh yeah, I mean for Friday, I'm going to get Magix to put some Rise Above logos in there. We might make some sort of meme out of them, but it won't be. We won't put any porn there. It won't be malicious.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, I'll go back to what happened. So I was walking along with my dogs and my wife, and I saw two ladies. One had a T-shirt on, and on the back it said World War III and technocracy.
Ooh, juicy.
So it caught my attention, and as I walked past, I thought, well, I've got to say something. And she kind of looked over, and I said, "Oh, I'm just admiring your T-shirt." And she jumped up. She said, "You're awake." I says, "Well, yeah, relatively speaking, yeah." And then we just got chatting.
Little did she know. Wow,
And,
you're awake.
No, she was so happy. Or both of them were so happy, and we had quite a long conversation. It was only meant to be 5 minutes, but I think we were there for about an hour, chatting away about all kinds of things, as you can imagine.
As you do, yeah. When you know someone that's stepped across the Rubicon, also.
Yeah, they said they're going to watch on Friday. Now, I'm going to keep their identities concealed because they didn't sort of tell me to say anything about anything in particular. So it's only fair that, maybe on Friday, they might even phone in. You never know.
I'd love them to phone in on Friday. That'd be great.
Yeah, but it turns out that they're both ex-nurses.
Oh, really? Interesting.
and one of them quit on Monday, I believe. And yeah, they've basically had enough of everything that's going on. They've obviously seen everything firsthand, and they know quite a lot about the procedures. And because of their knowledge and their common sense, and they said they've been looking at this stuff for years now. I think I think they said most of their life, but specifically maybe 5 years, 5 or 6 years. They've been looking into what's really going on, and they've both quit.
Wow.
and
Based on what's happening.
yeah, and they're doing activism, like walking around the park, talking to people,
Okay.
and yeah,
Sound like our type of gals, mate.
yeah. It was actually really good. It was very sort of refreshing to see like-minded people
That's brilliant.
from both sides. Me and my wife were happy, and they were very happy, and I'm sure they're going to tune in on Friday to watch Rise Above,
So
and hopefully, you never know, they might phone in.
I hope they do. It sounds like you both had some good impressions from the meeting.
Yeah,
You took something
very
positive
good.
away from it. On that
Yeah,
subject, there's a certain individual who's been really making waves on Facebook with his campaign against the Soviet Union. A gentleman goes by the name of Mark Sexton. I'm sure
Yeah.
you're aware of him.
Oh, definitely is.
If Mark is quite big on Facebook. If you're watching now, we're friends on Facebook. I've been sharing his work. I've been commenting a lot. This guy's an ex-policeman, and he is literally taking the Soviet Union to task. He's going into different police stations every day, reporting the crimes of MPs, of Public Health England, of Handjob, the lot. He's really doing the lot, and he's doing it proper. So I've already reached out to Mark Sexton today. I've said, Mark, I am a massive fan of what you're doing. I myself have also been speaking out. I have assembled a formidable team, and we are presenting our findings every Friday, and we would love you to join us. And I sent him a link to last week's show. So I haven't heard back from him yet. He hasn't seen the messages yet. But if anyone,
I'm pretty sure he gets a lot of messages.
I know. I bet he does. His posts are getting 1,000 shares. That's the guy's smashing it. Okay, so he's got a very big reach. Well,
He's laying down statements of fact, statements of truth, which is the same as first principles. He's actually delivering first principles directly to the police, which is what they need, and should have been done a long time ago. I'm really surprised that it's not been more prevalent amongst serving police and ex-police. Although I can understand the sort of hierarchical pressure and wanting to retain a pension could have a lot to do with it.
Well, he seems to be an honourable man that is putting the good of the country, of the youth, of his peers first. So we applaud Mark Sexton, and if anyone that's watching knows Mark, please share this with him. I'd like him to see it, and we are going to do our best to get Mark on the show, and we're going to try our best to make that happen. I think that would be a brilliant chat. Saying that, we will have to give him a proper briefing about what he can and can't say, because he's obviously, he's going to have a lot of stuff to tell you about to tell us about, the ins and outs of what he's found. So we will have to brief him to use specific code words.
Well, he's obviously using the skills that he obtained through his service in the police, doing investigations and so on and so forth. I don't know if he was a detective or what, but he seems pretty well clued up, and he's very eloquent in presenting the statement of facts. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, it's exactly what we need at a time like this. We need more people like him to start putting thought into action.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna say I'm not entirely convinced that protesting is actually there's actually any point in doing it anymore. I think we're a little bit past that now, and we've mentioned this before. We've played around with this topic about is anything being achieved by asking for your rights back? A crime has been committed at the end of the day, and and like you've said before, even if everything goes back to normal, who's going to be accountable for what's already happened?
Yeah. Well, I've given it a lot of thought, and my take on it is that potentially we need to do everything. We need a full spectrum cover, which would include protests, but I don't really like the word protest so much. I don't think that's the best word to use. It's more of a show, it's literally a physical show, and it offers inspiration to others that they're not alone. Similar today when we bumped into the two ladies.
Yeah.
It's very empowering to meet other people that are on the same page, so to speak.
It literally it energizes you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've had those meetings, those random meetings with someone. When I went to the bank, and I do the banking for my business once a week. Going to Lloyd's Bank, and everyone's wearing a mask, and I'm the only non-masked person. And there's this one young lady behind the desk, and she sees me going to her, and I've already chosen her to be my clerk because I've already clocked that she's made eye contact with me, and her face lit up when she saw I didn't have a mask, and I could see when there's one person in front of me, she was bursting to speak to me.
Yeah.
And when I got there, she's like, first thing she said, "Are you going to take it?" I said, "Not in a million years." And when I said that, she actually exploded with emotion. It was quite touching. She put her stuff down. She almost she sort of turned the computer monitor away, and she's like, "Oh," and she pulled it to one side and she started speaking to me.
Yeah.
She was from another part of Europe, and she was being blackmailed into she wouldn't be able to go home and see her family again unless she had the procedure. And I said, "Look, you know what the truth is," and she knew. And I said, "Look, just don't ever let anybody bully you. Don't let anybody strong arm you. Don't let anybody coerce you into thinking you have to take that procedure because you don't." And I could tell that she was so thankful. And she actually walked to the side, and I was making sure that I was very loud and everyone could hear what I was saying. She was trying to be quiet, but I was just saying to her, and quite casually about my analysis of what's going on, what this all really is.
Yeah.
People were like, "Whoa!" But for a moment, I could tell for her it was only me and her. The rest of the bank just dissolved, and she had a chance to speak to someone about it.
Yeah.
And I could see it in her eyes. She almost teared up, and it almost made me tear up as well. She's like, "Thank you so much." And I was like, "Give me a pen and paper," and I gave her some Rise Above details. I can't remember the girl's name. If she ever watches, that would really make my day. If you got in contact with me and you're still watching, and to know you still haven't taken it.
I need to get some Rise Above stickers or cards.
Yeah, mate, I've been so
today
slack.
it would have been so handy today.
I've been so slackly with the merch review, mate, because I can't keep hold of it. It just goes out so fast. Still haven't got you a T-shirt. I'm sure I've got a larger and extra large over there. There was only about 6 left. But I will get one to you.
Yeah, that's okay.
We need to get more QR code stickers as well.
Yeah, going back to that story today in the park. Well, we had an amazing conversation for around about 45 minutes, and then all of a sudden the denying force appears in the form of 2 young guys carrying these I don't know, teleprompters, I don't know what you call them, these shoulder screens, displaying propaganda, telling people to keep distance, wear a mask, blah 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 blah. And they suddenly appeared. Literally, it was like they were sent by the denying force. You couldn't make it up.
There was too much positivity and anti-COVIDism going on in this spot. Deploy the bots.
Yeah, it was actually my dogs that spotted them first, because they're obviously a bit of a odd appearance.
Yeah.
So my dogs actually picked up on them first, and so that they were carrying these bags and they were giving out. Am I allowed to say masks? Also say muzzles.
We're not even allowed to say masks. Holy shit!
Okay,
so yeah, go on.
They were walking around with these bags, giving out muzzles for people to wear. Now, when I asked them, what are they doing? They said, we're giving out masks for free. And I said, but you're not wearing masks yourself. And they said, well, we're outdoors. And I said, well, don't you think that's a bit of a contradiction? That's a bit of a contradiction. You're walking around a park offering free muzzles to people to wear in a park, and you're not wearing them yourself. And I said, do you really believe in what you're doing? And they said, well, one of them said yes, and the other one said, well, it's a job. It's just a job. So I had a bit of a conversation with them. I'm not going to go into all the detail of the conversation because it was quite long, maybe 30 minutes long.
Wow.
But it's kind of like one was really into it and one was kind of on the fence. And they're only young. I think I would say I don't want to offend them, but I think they weren't no more than 25 years old.
Let's have a look. I'd say, yeah. I'd say the gent on the left looks a bit older than the guy. Sorry, the guy on the right looks a bit older than the guy on the left.
Yeah,
But yeah, early 20s.
yeah. To be fair, they were very, very friendly. Obviously, they're employed to talk to people, so they're very sociable, and I can't fault them for that. However, they did seem a bit naive and green to what they're actually doing, or the implications. Now, the two ladies that were there as well, they really wanted to lay into them, like in terms of truth bombing them and red pilling them. And
Yeah, the red pill machine gun.
I did actually say, look, we should just ask them like one question at a time, because they were being a bit outnumbered, because it was like 4-2, and I don't think they were used to that.
They had
And
augmentations. They're augmented humans. They've got like some sort of like bot thing, so they had an advantage over you in a fight.
yeah, and as we were talking, a gentleman walked past, and they offered him a muzzle, and he actually said no. He kind of quickly moved away from them, which I thought was quite good.
Yep, we like that.
Yeah, so that's very good. But actually, they did explain something to me that is a little bit dark and sinister. Right, these screens. Oh, sorry. The ladies are very concerned that they're walking around filming, because they were saying that they got cameras on these screens. Now, the two guys reassured us that there's no cameras on them, but what they do have is they can scan the faces, and what their job is to do is to scan who's seen them. And it's
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. How can you scan a face without a camera?
They said it's not like video footage, but the council...
Just a facial recognition camera.
Facial recognition, yeah. The council's compiling anybody that's looked at the screens.
Mate, they admitted that to you.
Yeah. They said that's what their job is for.
What?
To do that.
They said that's what their job is for, to capture people's faces. Maybe
Yes.
it's to capture your data, like your reaction to being offered the muzzle.
No, I think they just say that they seem to insinuate that they're just scanning faces, and they've got the technology without a photograph or video that they can actually do facial recognition using these monitors or whatever. I'm not sure.
Why don't we have a robot doing this? If they've got the technology to have a face monitor hidden in those screens that is scanning everyone's faces, it seems a little bit archaic that they've actually got a meat sack walking around with that underneath it. Why don't they just have a robot? I suppose
think
that's
there's
the next thing, isn't it?
I think there's more to it, because I think it's to do with the reaction.
Okay.
I think that's what
You
it
think
is.
maybe that's part of the experiment, or that's something to do with what they might be trying to capture?
Yeah, I think they want to see who's kind of pro and who's anti. I don't like to use the word anti, but we'll speak in their terms.
Sometimes we need to make sure we know what we're quantifying. Wow, we've got 91 people tuned into the midweek chat. Holy shit. Maybe we've got some other people that have watched this on Facebook and think, wait a minute, they're not saying what everyone else is saying about what's going on. I might want to listen. For anyone that's new, this is Rise Above, and this is just our little midweek chat. We go in full rabbit on Friday nights. We did 7 hours 20 minutes last week. We're going to try and keep it a little bit shorter this week, but it's call in. You can see Rise Above livestream at gmail.com at the bottom. That is our Skype. Don't call in now, but on Friday night, everyone is invited to call in, especially people that don't agree with us, that do agree with lockdowns, that do agree that COVID 1984 is the most deadly thing since Spanish flu, people that do think it's worth shutting down the world for what's going on. We'd love to hear from those people, and they will be treated with the utmost respect, as long as they don't call me a charlatan or anything like that. That's something.
And maybe the two Teletubbies can phone in, and they can give a good explanation as to what it is they're doing better than what.
I would love to hear from one of these guys. They are welcome to call in.
Yeah, I told them to watch on Friday, because I said they'll definitely be on it. So you never know.
Sweet. Yeah. So, all right. Well, we'll do it. We'll do half an hour for this midweek chat, Lee, because we like to keep it short and sweet. Remember, this is a warm up for what comes on Friday. It's called The Tipping Point Part 2. Last week was epic. We heard from probably about 8 to 9 people from 3 different continents. Europe. Oh no, 2 different continents. Europe and 3, because we're not in Europe anymore, are we? Europe, the British Isles, and North America. And we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear your experiences about living through what's going on. Have you experienced the contradiction Have you not seen any contradictions? Are you wondering why the show even exists? Do you think we're spouting disinformation? We would love to hear from someone on the other side of the ideological bridge, because we want to try and bridge the gap. That's what Rise Above is all about at the end of the day.
Yep.
Okay, so I think this has been a great midweek chat. We are going to carry on doing this each and every Wednesday night. So I'm going to thank Inner Guardians once again for joining us, and we will see you guys at 7:30 on Friday. Rise Above.
Rise above.
Yeah, yeah, and it's quite easy to identify. We can see this playing out. Now, if you look at even if you take services, because of their interest in innovation, you'll see the ability to have the human touch. So maybe you phone up a corporation because you've got an issue with a device or something or other, and you end up just going around this infinite loop of getting nowhere, and nobody really cares. Nobody's sympathetic. Nobody's empathetic. It's all about like service without service, and it kind of leaves you with that kind of soulless sensation.
Yeah, sort of helpless.
Yeah, and even if you take something simple like speeding, a speeding ticket. Now, years ago, if you got stopped by the police for going a bit fast, you could actually have an interaction, communication, conversation with a police officer, and you could probably explain and justify why you were speeding.
I have actually done that,
Yeah,
and I got let off.
exactly. Yeah. Now, try doing that to a speed camera, and then the mechanisms behind that speed camera, nothing. No sympathy, no empathy.
There's a whole load of legislation already sat behind that speed camera to, if you turn the thing over when you get the bit of paper and it says all the things on the back, every possible excuse you could come up with has already been taken care of.
That's what I mean. And the whole point is that with these AI courts and these AI, if they're going to be AI is just going to be in charge of everything, there will be a world with no empathy.
Well, imagine if you connect an AI court to like a 360 AI facial recognition camera.
Yeah.
It can just look at you, decide if you're guilty, issue a ticket, issue a fine, issue a sentence.
Yeah, but more
It's
importantly,
Black Mirror, mate. This is fucking Black
Proper
Mirror.
yeah.
more importantly, how does it make you feel when you're dealing with this?
Imprisoned.
Yeah, you can really sense the lack of soul.
Yeah,
lack of spirit.
it's a dehumanizing experience.
Yeah, and this is the future that they want to take us into, for the sake of innovation, for the greater good of humanity, apparently. But imagine living in a world that's completely devoid of that kind of. You can call it different things. You could say devoid of spirit, devoid of consciousness, devoid of reason. It'd be
No,
very.
I think you were right with the first one, devoid of soul. Yeah, no soul.
Yeah, and we're heading towards that, towards the agendas, the singularity and transhumanism. Potentially we'll be dealing with robots for the most part, or cyborgs, which personally I would be very concerned about that.
Of course. Do you think like the whole march towards this is actually, in a way, it's sort of like a counter symptom of the fact that people potentially are waking up. We are going into an age where people are seeing this power structure which is forming, but the reason the power structure is forming is because at some point it might not actually be viable to have humans as the arbiters of the state anymore, because there might not be any humans that are left who will cooperate. But obviously a machine cooperates 100% of the time unless it's malfunctioning or it's been
Yeah.
hacked or hijacked, which
Yeah.
which could be a very interesting future when people work out how to hack police robots and stuff like that. Wow, that would be fun.
Yeah, well, as we go into the presentation, there is actually a slide that talks about basically, is humanity worth saving?
Yeah,
mean,
I saw that one.
Yeah, so I'll probably save that for that. Anyway, pressing on with this presentation, you're going to start to see that there's definitely a massive connection with the dark occult world. Okay, regarding creation or the ability to manifest something in this realm. So that is you could say it's the hinge pin with regards to what is coming, and it's all driven by the sort of dark occult roots going all the way back to the Babylonians and so on and so forth. Now the usual suspects come up all the time, and as we go through this, we'll see that there's definitely a connection between even like Madame Blavatsky, Aleister Crowley, Jack Parsons, Adolf Hitler. It's all the usual suspects. And just as a side note, regarding Madame Blavatsky, because she's one of the main influences behind a lot of the thoughts that go behind this, and there's not a coincidence. She's actually born in Ukraine. There's also a lot of there's a lot of Russian spirituality that is going into what is playing out. And another example, Madame Blavatsky, she's actually German origin. Her real name is von Hahn, born in Ukraine. Now, is it a coincidence? I don't think it is. What's taking place now in Ukraine, is it coincidence? I don't think so. Is what's happening now with Russia and Ukraine? Personally, this is a dark occult war, and it goes way back, and it's all predicted, it's all prophesied, and there's no coincidences with this. The same way with Aleister Crowley, his connection with Jack Parsons connection with the Nazis connection with NASA. There's a massive chain that links all of this together, and as we go through this, we'll start to see. I want to move on to basically what is panpsychism. Now, I've kind of touched upon it, and just to add, with all of the topics, all the subjects that I'm going to cover, I can't really do them all justice because they're all massive subjects, and each slide could be a whole presentation in itself, and you will have experts in each field. I'm literally delivering a very almost brief overview of all of these subjects, and I'm going to try and bring them together so that, like I said, those in the truth seeking community, we have half a chance because we get inside the minds of those behind the agendas that we're witnessing play out or unfolding. I don't know if you want to jump to the first slide. We'll sort of kickstart it, or the third slide, I think it is.
Is that the one that says panpsychism, crazy but probably true?
Yeah, or there might be one before it that just says panpsychism, or what is panpsychism?
I've got panpsychism introduction and panpsychism crazy but probably true.
Just put any of them will do. I was going to talk a little bit about panpsychism.
Go for it.
All right. Is the slide up?
Yes.
Just so I know it's moving, because I've still got Inner Guardians on mine.
Oh, right. I'm just going to check if everyone else can see. Yeah, can everyone see the slide? Panpsychism should be. Yeah. You might have a slight delay on what you're seeing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, panpsychism. So you could describe it, or they describe it as atom spirit. So what they're basically saying is that every atom contains spirit or consciousness. Every monad in the universe has a soul or a soul particle. So even within panpsychism, they don't all agree, but there's a kind of general consensus. Life and spiritual life is inside every particle in the universe or cosmos. So that's basically what they believe. And the singularity in their belief system is the return to some type of pre-Adamic existence or state. So I guess you could say it's the return to Eden. It could be the return to the source or to God, where everything's kind of swabbed together. But generally speaking, they see themselves as possibly being God or some kind of demigod in that. Now, you've got lots of characters that are behind all this. I'm not going to read out all the names. They've got very complicated Russian names. They're very easy to research. I'm not going to try and pronounce these names. They are quite tricky. But basically, you've got the Russian cosmos. Now, panpsychism generally came from the cosmos movements. Now, you've heard me talk about the cosmos before. Now, the cosmos are possibly the elephant in the room. They're the ones that nobody seems to want to talk about. But there's definitely a direct link to transhumanism and their belief system with regards to all of this. So the cosmos, basically, they want to swab together everything in the cosmos. And possibly you could say that they want to bring it back together, but where human has a greater control as opposed to the creator or the source of the cosmos. So generally speaking, panpsychism is the belief system that is behind a lot of the transhuman movement. Regarding the cosmos belief system, which is intertwined with panpsychism, so you could say that the cosmism is the sort of general term, panpsychism is their belief system. So cosmism is a branch of philosophy founded in the 1800s by Russian spiritual philosophers. The cosmos ideas are based on a universal purpose of 3 sacred cosmic values, which are 1, joy, 2, growth, 3, freedom. So that's sort of like the building blocks of what they believe in, or that's their vision of the future. So you've got joy, growth, and freedom. Now, they also believe that existence can be explained in 4 stages. So 1 is just raw awareness. So I guess you could say that's like potential. The second is reaction. The third is the relationship between the reactions of the raw awareness. And then 4th would be the synergy. So in a relationship, everybody's looking for synergy within a relationship between the reactions. That would then bring you to the singularity. So what they're looking to do is to usher in the singularity by going through the 4 stages of existence. So they would generally see that the singularity would be the completion of the 4 stages. Now, they have actually produced, modern Cosmos have produced a manifesto, and that is readily available online. You can read it. Now, once again, you don't have to believe in anything that the manifesto says, but the people behind the transhuman movement definitely do. And to them, it makes a lot of sense. And when you start to see what they believe in, you'll start to realize why things are happening the way they are. Out of that, they were able to produce what's known as the 10 Cosmos convictions. Now, I'm not going to read them all out, although if I do get time throughout the presentation, we may be able to dip into them. So maybe it's a good time to play Elon Musk video. It's a very, very short video. I'm sure most people have seen it.
1 second, Lee, I'm just getting out.
Metaverse, which like takes technology to the next level and puts us in like a virtual world. Like, do you see that as being dangerous, hopeful for humanity? Like, what's your view on that?
Maybe we're in the metaverse right now. It's just metaverse is all the way down. I don't see someone strapping a friggin' screen to their face all day. and not wanting to ever leave. It seems no way.
Yeah.
I mean, does it feel like that to you? It doesn't seem like that to me.
Yeah.
It's like it gets uncomfortable to have this thing strapped to your head the whole time.
It definitely needs to be lighter.
Yeah, I mean, if it was like super light, it'd still be like, I don't know. It's not like you want to be there all day. So, I think we're far from disappearing into the metaverse. This sounds just kind of buzzwordy.
Right.
Interesting.
So the reason why I wanted that playing is because I wanted to demonstrate that they're not all in agreement. Now, this could be sort of controlled opposition. So you can see clearly that Elon Musk is not really keen on the metaverse's version of some kind of artificial augmented reality. And but equally, and I think a lot of people miss this in the way that he's talking. He's not saying he's against it. He's saying he's against headsets. So think about what.
Yeah. Because he's the one that wants to link it up to your brain directly.
Yeah. So he has to be against it, because if it stops with just a headset, like a pair of spectacles, like I'm wearing now,
they can't get inside.
They can't get inside. Yeah, it's still an external thing. So he's kind of almost mocking the metaverse. And if you just looked at it naively, you'd kind of think that he doesn't think it's possible to take it any further. But he's just poo-pooing the augmented reality using the VR sets. When in actual fact, he wants to go way further, and he wants to go directly directly into the brain. So that should be a concern. A lot of people sort of say that Elon Musk is a good guy. It's up to you what you want to believe. Personally, I think he is a type of controlled opposition, and he wants to go all the way in. And he's obviously been put there because he's kind of got this funny personality, almost charming personality. But if you actually sat in a room with him and got deep into his belief system, I'm pretty sure that it would come up like all of the others. Now, there's another video of a presentation by Ben Goertzel. Now, if you want to get the other video ready.
The video of who? Ben Goertzel?
Yeah.
One sec.
It's around about 1 minute.
Is that the one that's got the picture of the AI woman on it, or is it the one where
No.
Oh, it's the other one.
The
Okay.
one with the turtles. One with the turtles.
Yep, I've got it. This one.
Why am I showing this picture? Well, first of all, turtles are really cute. I like turtles. But what I'm thinking of here is the old story. Someone goes to the wizard, and they ask the wizard, well, how come the Earth doesn't fall down through space? How does the Earth stay up? The wizard says, well, of course, it's on the back of a giant turtle. But then the person asks the wizard, how does the turtle stay up? Well, of course, the turtle is sitting on the back of another turtle, says the wizard. But then how does that third turtle stay up? Well, it's on the back of a fourth turtle. And what's the other turtle sitting on? Well, says the wizard, it's turtles all the way down. Now, what's that have to do with anything? Well, Nick Bostrom and some others have talked about the idea of the universe as a simulation. I mean, couldn't our universe be a giant video game like The Sims version 15? Perhaps a botched computer program written by some 11-year-old programmer in programming class on Venus or some other universe? Well, of course it could be. The only way we would know is if we could somehow find a bug in the simulation and get out. The question is, what difference does it make? Even if we got out into the meta-reality where the 11-year-old programmer lives, maybe that's just another simulation. Ultimately, simulation isn't the right idea to be thinking about. I mean, what we have in the physical universe is reactions, second, relationships, third, we have a web.
Wow, that was pretty good.
Yeah, so he's a guy called Ben Goertzel. Now, he's a very kind of nerdy, geeky, but equally very intelligent guy. Now,
That's irrelevant. I can listen to the most dull and boring 3-hour seminars from Zachariah Stitchin or the most angry podcast from Mark Passio. It's the message and the info that I pay attention to, not the delivery.
Yeah. Now, he is an individual not to be underestimated. He is one of the main driving forces behind the transhuman agenda. Now, he does have a type of ethical approach. You can look at his work, but his belief system, he would describe himself as a panpsychist and cosmist, and he is doing a lot of work with regards to ushering in the singularity, and also regarding the simulation theory. I mean, this is something that maybe we can have a brief chat about with regards to, do we actually think, or do you think that we live in a simulation? I'll go first. I'll give my kind of opinion on that. It's plausible. There's evidence for every theory, but potentially the whole simulation theory agenda and those pushing it could actually be helping the transhuman agenda. So if they can condition everybody to believe that we live in some kind of simulation that you can't escape from, because it's metaverses all the way down, it's turtles all the way down, it's simulation all the way down, and even if you get out, you could find yourself in another simulation. So there's no point in trying to do anything about it. So it could be almost like the QAnon.
A stand-down operation.
Yeah, it could be a QAnon type psyop to get anybody that can figure stuff out or grow in terms of consciousness, just to not bother, because we're stuck in a simulation and there's no way out. So personally, I'm very wary of the simulation theory, although it does make a lot of sense. But I think we need to be very, very careful with regards to those sorts of beliefs. So I don't know what Lance or
Lance
Andy
is just
think.
in the kitchen grabbing some chicken wings. I personally don't believe in the simulation. I don't believe we're in a simulation yet, but I think that's what they're trying to do, is get everyone in a simulation where their consciousness is, like we've discussed many times on the show, uploaded into some kind of Matrix style fucking hell verse where you definitely can't escape from unless you're physically unplugged in your physical body. That's what I think, and I think Elon Musk is going to play a big part in this, because he's the only one driving it to put something in your fucking brain linked up. And how do you think they're going to connect you to that? What I'm talking about there, it's going to be straight direct to the brain.
Yeah,
That's personally what I think. I also don't. I'm not a flat earther, but I'm also skeptical about the creator theory. I literally don't. I like to investigate all of this. So I haven't. I tend to stay away from the simulation theory. I don't think we're in a simulation currently. No. Lance, what do you think? Master Lee's asking.
I think the nature of reality itself is actually a simulation.
You are forced at the simulation.
I think, even as I describe as particle physics and quantum physics is described to me, it sounds like we are literally in a holographic simulation. If atoms aren't real, if the double slit experiment is true, then it would seem to me that the nature of physical reality, as it's already been described to us, is actually holographic by nature. So yeah, I do think that the universe is being projected outwards and consumed inwards on a sort of Ouroboros loop.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it could be right. I'd try and look at this completely differently. So it could be the reverse engineering of a belief system. So what we're witnessing now could be the sort of playing out of the reverse engineering of a belief system. So let's say, for instance, if we go into the future and there is a singularity or the potential of a singularity, synthetic universe, then they'd have to kind of, in retrospect, project backwards the belief system that would take humanity into that dynamic.
Ooh. Things being projected backwards from the future always makes me go, ooh.
This is like what we've discussed about, when the inspiration you get for writing some lyrics might actually be from someone in the future enjoying what you've put out.
It's funny you should say that, because I've had that feeling immensely strongly in the last couple of weeks, and I don't mind saying this, to the point where it happens first thing in the morning when I get into my car and I drive to work, and I always put instrumentals on. and I start to conceive lyrics and stuff, and it's been so powerful in the last couple of weeks. A couple of times my eyes have welled up and stuff. Like I've literally felt like I'm like something's coming through me, and all of those bars that I've come up with recently have literally just been on the way to working more. I just put it and it's something, and I'm just oh god. So I've had to stop the car on more than one occasion.
Maybe it's Rise and Shine.
Maybe Rise and Shine gave me some catalyst.
Well, we have to factor in. We talk about things like empathy, even telepathy. If you look at the word pathy, it basically means feeling, sensitivity, perception. And so potentially what we could be talking about, so if we use the raw treat as an example, as a working example, now I'm sure I know the answer to this, but do you feel like really motivated and energized to pull it off, to produce it? Yeah.
It doesn't even go halfway to describe how I feel at the moment about it. I feel like I'm literally pouring all of my essence into it, and I'm already receiving some sort of reciprocal energy back from what's going to happen. That's what I'm feeling like at the moment.
Yeah. So we could use this as a working example. So the energy that you're putting in could actually be the energy you're receiving from those who will appreciate it, not just for the weekend, but moving forwards, because it could actually be, say, for instance, a defining moment for many people. It could be a life-changing experience for many people. So nothing really disappears. It just kind of dissipates. It recreates in another place and time.
It's funny you should say that, because some of the things that I've been doing over the last week or two in preparation, especially with regards to the site, and I'm not going to tell you what I've been doing, but I've been imagining people walking to the site and seeing what I've done in my mind's eye, and literally like laughing to myself on their behalf, because I'm pretty sure they'll find it funny. And like it's literally been energizing me. I've been like just jumping. I've been like so. I mean, Zero In's probably been helping as well. I've doubled my intake of Zero In over the last couple of weeks just to power my way through.
so to extend that working example, what you could be experiencing, sensing, feeling, experiencing would be a type of panpsychism. So as an example, it's not like you're just getting these kind of random thoughts or feelings from some kind of spirit floating around. You're actually directly receiving it from the future, from the embodied consciousness or consciousnesses of the people that will attend. So you've created a direct connection. So you could actually describe that as a type of panpsychism.
That's exactly what it felt like.
Yeah.
And what I was getting from it, and like I say, literally just visualizing in my mind's eye, people appreciating what I was doing.
How many times have we had messages live on the show, after the show, during us in the week or whatever, that we've posted to each other and showed each other, of saying how much Rise Above's changed their life and how grateful they are from when we started? Nothing to do with the artery.
I literally got one exactly like this today that I screenshotted from someone in Ireland.
And our show has just got better and better and better and better and better, and is continuing to grow that way. And like you were saying, this could be from that essence that they're giving gratitude for.
I'm utterly 100% convinced.
And so you think when we take it up a notch to raw treat, you think what we're going to get back?
I'm
for
shuddering to think what's going to happen after
you're looking at this in real time or in retrospect. Think about it in the think about that you're receiving.
Oh no, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Then what I was going to say was, you think of raw treats in the future, from what we're going to plan next year. We could be getting some massive energy from what's going to be going on.
I am 100% being powered at the moment by the energy I'm gaining from people already enjoying raw treat in the future. 100%.
Check this out. Check this out for a concept then. Imagine all of the people in the so-called truth and freedom movement doing all the work they're doing, all the other platforms, all the other podcasters, all the other people doing interviews, everything going on TV, everyone risking their jobs, all of it, speaking out. Imagine if that is all from the gratitude from some time in the future when humanity is actually free.
Yeah, very good point, Andy. Dude. Now, this is why gratitude is a quality of character. It's a quality of essence that we really need to tune into. Now, I said it at the beginning that we need to come up with a good name, actually, with regards to the truth movement or truth seekers. But anyway, so those on the truth seeking spectrum, we need to start upping our game. We need to start looking at reality differently. Now, we can't kind of almost use the same degree or level of consciousness moving forwards as to what has got us to this point. We need to up our game, because you can be guaranteed that the dark occult world, with their innovations, their motivations, ambitions, they're definitely up in their game. And this is why we're seeing such dramatic steps taking place or playing out in our realm. Now, to balance that out, we really need to look in the mirror. We really need to kind of give our heads a wobble and say to ourselves, we need to start upping our game. We need to start looking at things differently. I said 2022 is the year when we really need to start looking at reality in a different way, with a different perspectives. And so, as an example, instead of kind of looking in retrospect at the past, we need to also look at the future. Now, I don't mean that in terms of we just
I get what you're saying, Marcy, because what they're trying to do, as in the dark occult is pushing all this shit, is they're trying to change it to what they want, whereas we need to try and change it for the better, for what, for the actual good of humanity, rather than the detriment. Is what they're trying to push.
Well, they're evoking, and I will go into this a bit deeper later on. They're trying to evoke the fight, flight, freeze response. So when you're in a state of freeze, you're not going to be able to receive anything from the future or the past. You're going to be stationary, and then they can make their moves. They can alter reality without any resistance at all. Now, this is why subjects like panpsychism is so vital to start to understand, because we're not talking about just matter. We're talking about the consciousness, the spirit, the soul, the essence that is contained with the material realm. So we can influence that. And I'm not just saying this in some kind of abstract way. These are the things that we need to kind of get our heads around.
Here we are, live in Southampton City Centre. Is it a phone box? Is it a police box? No, it's a defibrillator for the after effects of the Soviet Union. Wait, I'm having a heart attack. Please help me. No, look, shut it down. Power off.
Computer says no, Michael.
Computer says no. Should we go back? No, none of it works. Hello, help me. I'm having a heart attack. Please help. It's the Soviet Union. Britney Spears is killing me.
Nothing's happening, guys.
No,
No.
useless.
Unlucky. Die in the gutter like a peasant.
It's only cost £33,000 to install. Completely useless. Channel, do you want to talk to us? We just interview people about what's going on.
We're friendly.
Go on, Tash.
All right,
What's
okay.
your name? Tash. I'm Andy. This is Lance.
You like local, she's from the Isle of Wight.
That's all right. That's
pretty
all right.
local.
We're not even local. We're from Bournemouth.
It's not Afghanistan, is it?
So you're not local.
We're South Coast. We're your local YouTubers. So what it is, we ask people about the burning current topics, and right now, this week, it's digital ID. Have you heard the announcement that everyone in the UK has got to have a digital ID to go to work? Have you heard this week?
To go to work?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what Keir Starlin said this week. If you don't have the new digital ID, you won't be able to... Yeah, Keir Starlin.
The petition's reached over 1 million people now, hasn't it, to say...
Doesn't that just mean that they'll debate it in Parliament?
No, it's never going to get introduced.
Never going to get introduced.
No, they've tried to do it before and they're not going to do it.
So I remember back in around 2020, Tony Blair was trying to do it.
That's right. And then Conservatives came in, it one of the first things that they canned. And then they just, they're never going to get it in. No one will accept that.
What do you think about the reason it's being implicated? The rise of illegal immigration, illegal workers, that kind of thing. That's the reason it's being portrayed to the public. Do you think there's any truth in that, or do you think it's just bollocks?
I think it's just a way of them controlling us some more and finding out who's doing what and where. And it's just another way of controlling us. We go back to the whole theory of everybody getting a microchip in COVID times when they got COVID injections and everything else. And
Do you think that's just a conspiracy theory, or do you think if the government had that power, they would do that?
Oh, they'd love to do it, wouldn't they?
They would love to do that.
Control everyone, yeah, and have us all like robots just going to work
Can
and
I
paying
ask you
them
a little
money.
bit of a personal question?
Go on.
Did you actually go and have the medical procedure in 2020?
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
I refused.
Absolutely. Well done, well done.
Yeah, and I went on, did protest marches as well because I was totally against it.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Okay, thank you very much for talking to us today. You have a good rest of the day.
2 Pints Deep, we've had about 3 conversations with members of the Southampton community. We're now looking to speak to other people. Hello, do you want to come for an interview? YouTube? No? Just wants to give me a dirty look from the side of his eye.
Excuse us, ladies, would you have 2 minutes for a friendly YouTube channel to talk to us? Yeah, there we go. My name's Andy, this is Lance, we're from Rise Above TV.
Hi, how you doing?
We've got a podcast, we go around, we ask people about current events, geopolitics, that kind of thing. The burning question today is, what do you guys think about the announcement of Keir Starmer's digital ID?
What was the point of it again? It was so that, so that immigrants couldn't use I think it's smart convenience-wise, but I don't think that that's the issues that we need to be focusing on right now. I feel like there's a lot worse issues that we should be putting attention and time into. But it's good for convenience, but I think the motive behind it is kind of unnecessary.
Do you think the reason that they're giving to control immigration is correct? Do you think that's legitimate, or do you think they're telling porcupines?
Well, what other reasons would there be for it?
Yeah, still your data,
What did
maybe?
you say?
Stealing our data.
All right, that was a good comment, that's why I had to give you the microphone. So you've said, wait a minute, I've got to pull up. You said it might be convenient. What do you mean by that? What do you think it will make more convenient to have a digital ID?
Well, just because it's on your phone, I feel like there's more times that people leave their ID behind than their phone. So to have it on your phone would be convenient.
Funnily enough, I'm not going to disagree with what you just said. Keir Starmer wants to put it on a card. He's actually going to say there's a mandatory ID card, and without this digital ID card, you won't be able to, for instance, get a job. Like, you won't be able to get a job without it. It's mandatory.
I think that's that's unnecessary standard to set. I don't know.
It's about immigration, though, isn't it? It is about that. That's the reason they're doing it.
That's the reason they're bringing it in.
I think it's a bit. I think there's bigger problems that the government needs to focus on than immigration.
Like what? What do you think?
There's all sorts, like young
The
people not. Education system. Yeah. All sorts.
Police
people
system,
all the EDL. Like I think that's the issue they need to focus on.
Racism,
hate crimes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot more problems.
The law and order system is really fucked, and they're focusing on things that are the foundation of this country in many ways.
Do you think anyone that talks about immigration is like a massive topic at the moment, and various different ways to go? Do you think that people are concerned about that are just completely getting it wrong, blowing something out of proportion, or do you think that maybe in the last couple of years something about the immigration has actually changed in this country?
Yeah, there's definitely truth behind these issues, but the reason people are so passionate about it is a lot to do with racism.
Yeah,
people
use it as an excuse.
There is truth, but then people feel more passionately about it because of the race of the people that are coming over.
So do you think that maybe the issue getting marred with racism is actually sort of masking a genuine concern?
Yeah.
That maybe lots of people who are genuine asylum seekers, refugees, find it very difficult to get into the country, and loads of random young men that turn up on boats wearing designer clothes, for instance? Because that's one of the things that people are saying.
Yeah. I think, there is definitely, it's like, just the whole issues, like, just whenever there is an issue, people find another reason to be mad at about it. That isn't because the genuine issue of immigration, people say, is the lack of jobs, like houses being taken up. But in reality, now it's just been made about the fact that the people here there isn't as many white people around as there are others.
Do you think that maybe the media and the government might be banging on about immigration to create a need to introduce something like a digital ID, like a problem reaction solution? Are you familiar with that term? Problem reaction solution?
They make a problem so that they can come up with something that it looks like that.
Exactly.
Which they've already had ready to go before. So you mentioned earlier the EDL. So another hot topic, guys, is Tommy Robinson.
Yeah.
Tommy Robinson, racist or patriot?
Racist.
I do not know a lot about this man.
He's a racist.
He's a racist.
Yeah.
I haven't heard his name a lot. I could not tell you.
And what do you think about the big march that he put on in London on the 13th of September?
Disgusting. I was there in London that day.
You were there?
Obviously not for the march, but just seeing people walking around, they're just all on the piss. Like, they're all just drinking. They're just using an excuse to walk around shouting racist, shouting slurs at people.
Do you think everyone was doing that, or do you think just a percentage?
What I saw, everyone that I saw, they're all walking around drinking with their flags, shouting slurs at people. It's disgusting. Like, I don't...
I think I remember I saw this, like, this TikTok of this politician talking, and the government is making all of these issues so that we're looking left and right and blaming all of our issues on each other instead of looking up at the elites that are actually the problem in society.
You said something really good there, and I know you should never ask a lady their age, but for the purposes of this interview, when we interview the public and get there, do you mind me asking what rough age group you two girls are in?
I've just turned 18. 17.
Wow, okay. So teenagers are already starting to recognise that maybe all of these topics that are being thrust in our face, choose this one or this one, might be a distraction, might be a little bit of sleight of hand, right?
Yeah, that's definitely what I think. I think the main issue isn't really who's around us, it's who's controlling us and telling us what we should be mad about instead of them.
Wow, thank you very much for chatting to us.
Yeah, awesome,
Sorry to
guys.
stop you in the streets. I hope you ladies have a lovely rest of your weekend.
Awesome, man. My name's Andy. This is Lance. We're
What's
from
your
Rise Above
TikTok?
TV.
No, what's your TikTok, bro?
Tap24. I do public interviews just for fun, innit?
Okay, us too. So what we do is we're from Bournemouth, so we're kind of local, right? We've got a YouTube channel, Rise Above TV. We come out in the public and we ask the general public about like the burning topics and what they think. So the burning topic this week is digital ID. Have you heard about it being announced on the news?
Yeah, I have.
So is this something, a new topic to you? Have you had your eyes on this for a while? What are your thoughts?
There's been an app around, but I don't remember what it's called. But there was an app introduced
Track and
a few
Trace?
years ago. Yeah. There was an app a few years ago where you could upload your ID onto there. But again, only certain like places and businesses would like actually take that in it. They will still need your physical ID. So.
Yeah. So this week they've actually said, well, Keir Starmer has said, going forward, it will be mandatory to have this digital ID card. And for instance, one thing you won't be able to do without it is get a job.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the excuse they're using to introduce it is to control the uncontrolled immigration, the young men coming on the boats. Does that sound legitimate, or do you think that might be BS?
Yeah, it's BS. They're just lying, innit? They just want to be able to control everybody individually and have us like little puppets on a string in the environment, innit? That's why it's good like people like me and yourself are outside doing what we want and trying to have a voice, even though they try and take it away from us. So yeah.
So you said on your TikTok you do stuff like this. You interview the public as well. Yeah. Similar kind of questions, like important topics.
So yeah, well, I actually done some interviews when there was a big protest down here. A crazy protest, the racist protest was down here, but I actually couldn't actually upload the footage because people's mindsets and on the matter and how racist people can actually be without even thinking, it just comes straight off their tongue. I think it's awful. So
was that a migrant protest?
Yeah,
Right.
It was between England and Palestine. So yeah.
Okay.
It might have been about migrants, but it morphed into like flag wavers, patriot right wingers versus
people waving the Israeli flag.
They were shouting to each other, "Go back to your country" and stuff. And like that on the news, they're portraying that it's not about that. It's about the illegal immigrants. When really and truly, the English people, are making it racist.
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you, bro?
I'm 27 years old.
You're 27. Have you noticed maybe in the last couple of years in the UK, particularly say in the last 18 months, that racial tensions have actually got worse in the UK? That we seem to be moving backwards with race relations?
Yeah, like I was saying to my missus the other day, I'm a battle rapper, yeah? 10 years ago, there's a guy called Ginger J, don't know if you heard of him, just been cancelled, big entertainment on, he was on Backchat London, and a clip went viral of him telling a black female to take her hair out, yeah? 10 years ago, you could possibly make a couple jokes and people could make jokes with each other, you know what I mean? But nowadays,
yes, the guy from Pen Game, a mixed race fella himself called Ginger J.
I'm on Pen Game myself, so I actually knew him in person.
Do you know who my favourite is on Pen Game? Passive, bro.
PASSIVE.
That guy, yeah, you know, we've been watching Pen Game.
Come on, bro.
Right, so I've seen this whole debacle with Ginger J, right? So he's on a podcast with a group of men and women. It gets kind of heated, and the subject, I think, was black females and their feistiness or something like that. And the argument between him and the female got out of hand, and basically they were both jibing at each other, and he said something like, take your hair out, and what happened?
Immediate cancellation. The platform knew what they were doing, they still released the footage, even though they know that footage will probably ruin him. But my point is, even though what he said was wrong, and is wrong, 10 years ago, it probably wouldn't have been as bad. But because racism is such a strong topic right now, and it's getting out of hand again, any little thing can just basically just turn left.
Because let's be real,
he's not some blonde-haired white guy saying that. The man's mixed raced himself, and he's made a comment about someone basically in his own community and something to do with black ladies.
His mum's a black
yeah,
lady.
exactly. So he knows how to strike a chord. He was trying to rile the girl up, but now that's been made a race issue, and you're saying that maybe a few years ago that wouldn't have been the case.
It wouldn't have been the case a few years ago at all.
That's interesting.
That's what I think anyway. Just because, like, when things get worse and things get more heated, that's when little things become a problem again. You know what I mean?
So you think what you're saying is people that are friends might be previously able to have a joke with each other, and now things are taken the wrong way because of the environment that's been passed down to us through the media, for example.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, 100%.
So have you noticed a rise in racism? And I mean, I've seen online and social media there's plenty of people doing Nazi salutes and stuff like that. I don't know if you're aware of some of the American podcasters, Nick Fuentes, Gypsy Crusader, people like that. Do you think that this is a result of the illegal immigration here in Europe and over in the US? Do you think that that's what's made this rise?
Again, I think it's just BS. I think it's just an excuse. Like I can go over to another country on holiday and something bad can happen to me. But bad people are everywhere, all over the world, and not just one particular race or two particular races are the bad guys. You know what I mean?
So what would you attribute to the rise in people just being so blatant, doing Nazi salutes, being racist?
What's causing it? Is it coming from the media?
That,
What's emboldening these racists to be so blatant? What do you think it is?
what makes it okay in 2025 to do a Nazi salute, whereas in 10 years ago it would be totally like...
But that's the thing, it's backhanded. It shouldn't be okay because it's not okay what's going on here, so why should it be okay for them to do that online and all over the world? But again, the world's not united anymore. Everyone's split up and everyone's correlated into their own little sections. You see what's happening in Israel, you see what's happening in America with Kirk. So
it's dividing communities all over the place.
All over the world, not just in countries in particular. All over the world, communities are dividing.
Yeah, I think you said Charlie Kirk there, very interesting. It's almost like now, any big event on the world stage that everyone talks about is now an opportunity to divide everyone every single time.
Exactly. As soon as one little thing happens, there'll be another person making a TikTok account, going live and managing to get 50,000 to 100,000 views and followers just based on talking about someone else's life that has nothing to do with them and it doesn't put food on their table or feed their children or there's no benefit to it. So why are we creating negativity when we should be creating positivity in the world?
Brilliant message. Bro, for one last time for our viewers, tell us about your TikTok again so they can sub to you.
So I'm Tap24, I've been on Pen Game Rap Battles, I'm an upcoming rapper, I'm mainly from London. I've been in Southampton the last 6 months trying to help the upcoming artists here and trying to push them and get kids off the street and give them something to look forward to. That's basically my goal and that's why I'm outside doing interviews because a regular person walking down the street is not going to get a chance to have like an interview unless they see somebody like us. So I'm just trying to give people a voice, trying to let people be heard and give back to the community. Literally Tap24_, that's my TikTok.
Awesome, man.
So, yeah.
Big up Tap24. Rise Above TV stands behind you, bruv.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so
Big
much.
up, big up.
You have a good day, guys.
You too, bro.
Wicked interview. Okay, big up Tap24.
To what I'm talking, most are oblivious. But like double L, why so serious? Cause people are blind with a concrete mind. I open my eyes and I stay curious. What I've learned has made me furious. The media, the way that they're luring us. I do what I can with a tool in my hand. I gotta spread the word. There might be a cure for us. Brothers, sisters, join the resistance. This is big, we need the assistance. Hard work and a lot of persistence to hold their plans.
Okay. No, tell you what, it's been hot this week, hasn't it? 33 degrees. Yeah, so it's been real hot this week, and obviously that has increased the levels of spontaneous normie death. It's spontaneous NPC combustion when you get to 33 degrees.
Just cold kill them as well, because obviously nobody can afford any gas or electric in October.
Yeah, when you get to -3, they'll die. Okay. So this is real. This is not a meme on the right hand side, because when you get to these because coinciditis, as I called it, has now got the official name of SADS.
Mate, this is
sudden adult death syndrome, because we know what SIDS was.
People are dying of global warming.
Yeah, well, this is what it is. They've now actually zoomed in And when you die of global warming, it is climate. No, hold on. This is science, comrade. It's climate.
Unexpectedly of global warming.
Climate induced. It's climate induced SADS, sudden adult death syndrome, which is actually induced. Look, it says it here. Warning: dehydration could link to blood clots. No, I'm not finished. We've got more science here, comrade. Look, young healthy people are dying suddenly and unexpectedly from a mystery syndrome. Doctors seek answers through a new national register. This is Australia. This terrifying phenomenon, according to Vice, is increasingly common because of climate change. Scientists studying temperature at which humans spontaneously die with increasing urgency. Look, it's all here. Here's the science. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, Vice, yeah.
Yeah, so coinciditis.
Right, there's a 3-month lead time on Vice posting it and then it hitting mainstream. I'm going to put money on it with anybody that wants to bet that by close of play September, this global terrifying phenomenon, as Lance said, look, it says it right here.
Yeah, it does. It does, mate.
Climate change now is going to be blamed on this, and it will be verbatim. And then
I want them to do the fake alien invasion next.
No, we've got another couple of years to that because I think what it's been all of the kids that have died, all of the footballers, they will reload and they will actually manage to nail all of it on climate change by using this climate induced SADS. I think
all we've got is just collections of obituaries to read rather than statistic data that's compiled and ready to view on this.
Well, look, let's get some more science out of the way anyway. SADS UK. This is an advert for the NHS for a new care centre to combat SADS. SADS UK, sudden adult death syndrome. There's a hotline for it. There's a whole Suite 6 Churchill House to deal with this. Doctors are baffled by increase in sudden adult death syndrome, SADS. Doctors in Australia are doing a national register. And The Guardian says everyone is sick. Illness in 2022 has medieval vibes. Wow. All day I lie in bed. I'm texting others who are in bed also, who are texting others who are also in bed. And we're all comparing how ill we are. What could be causing this? No, we're not moving on to that yet. So
it looks like it's in bed alone anyway. At least.
Yeah.
Oh, it's The Guardian. Fucking hell. Jesus.
Of course, it's The Guardian.
Yeah.
So I think like I said, what used to be called coinciditis is now officially called SADS, and it's going to be blamed. It is already being blamed on climate change. So this is sort of a crystallisation of a clown narrative that's been running for the last few months. Oh my God, all the heart attacks are being caused by climate change, but that's actually officially becoming the truth. This is how deep we are getting into this multi-layered clown simulation. That things a couple of months ago that were the instant go-to stupidest explanation for a joke, they actually slowly get crystallised through clown media into the official narrative.
Yep. It then becomes the truth.
Yeah, it's become the official truth.
flat or is the Earth round? This was my always as a sort of an understanding or an esoteric point of view. I always said that as an irrelevant concept because at the end of the day, this is a 3D holographic reality which is rendered in real time from 7 billion points of perception to the horizon. That was my understanding of how the universe works, and I think that's what Woke in Nature is saying. We render it in real time, just like a computer game.
Do you remember a few weeks ago I mentioned about the entity called Elagua, who's half red, half black, and
Yes.
the sort of the mythological story is that he runs through a field and there's a farmer at each end, and once he's gone, they say, "Did you see the guy dressed in red?" He said, "No, I saw the guy dressed in black," and they ended up having a fight, but they were both right, and they were both wrong.
Well, isn't that about the same that we've seen in social media last year about the dress? Is this dress white and blue, or is it black and green? You know, the striped dress?
Yeah, I remember
Are
that.
we,
yeah.
are we talking about the same concept here?
Yeah, it's you know the double slit theory, where the observer can affect reality.
Yeah, the idea that observable reality is directly affected by a sentient point of perception, i.e., there's nothing there if there's no one there to see it. I think that's
they
the way
did
to
this
coin it.
test, didn't they? They had a computer which should spit out ones and zeros, and then they had someone in there, and then it would randomly put out ones and zeros, and then they had someone in there, and they would focus their mind towards it, and then they would.
Well, the
spit
double
out,
slit was about
you know.
splitting a light particle.
Yeah, I'm
in
aware,
two
yeah.
with
It's the observer effect.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then you've got
someone was watching the end result would be different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then you've got
basically-
the majority rule. So the majority of whatever is being projected will be the more permanent or fixed reality. And that's the game that we're in right now. We're in the thick of it.
Sure.
This
So-
could go either way.
So what you're saying is actually everything's up for grabs. It's actually about which side of the camp is going to collectively decide to manifest the reality that they believe in. Is that what you're saying, Inu?
Well, I would say that's where we are already. It's been like that. You know that
I
is
And these
our-
dark occultists are the ones that are planting the negative seeds for the population to think of.
So you remember that meme
To
which I've
manifest.
posted 2 or 3 weeks in a row, and it shows like the dark occult table. It's like these guys are dark magicians. They're occultists. They're
projecting the world they want
through the media into
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
and we're creating it for them.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's time to stop creating it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's time for us to start creating.
And the only way you
the
do
reality that we want,
is
yeah?
to ignore the media and all of their bullshit.
And that's why we're doing what we're doing. That's why Rise Above is here. And for all the detractors, all the people that give me hate online, is like, why'd you do a 5-hour stream, you self-absorbed twat? I do a stream for 5 hours because people on a Friday night want a table to eat from. And in the Guardians, this is what you said. Rise Above is a table. And on the table, we have a platter. We have a whole plethora of different cuts. The finest cuts of rabbit, whole rabbit, the fucking hind of rabbit, the loin of rabbit. We don't do
Vegan
rabbit
rabbit.
whole. Vegan rabbit. Ethically farmed rabbit. We don't do rabbit holes here. We do the whole goddamn rabbit.
Just not rabbit from China.
Just not rabbit from China. And as we approach the second hour, before we go any further, and we invite Magic to talk about the pre-ice maps of Antarctica, in just a second, we're going to hand it over to Omar Beats. He's going to entertain us with another like 5, 10, 15-minute mix. Guys, take a break. It's Friday night. It's time to enjoy. Inhale some good vibrational energy. Inhale some sustenance. Inhale some knowledge. We've got Inner Guardians, Magics, Spoken Word, Admiral Bird, and the Rise Above team.
Inhale some ceremonial herbs.
Yeah, inhale some vibrations from musicians that are light occultists, not dark occultists. Behold, big up Omar Beats. Bonnet, can you... It's all good. Solo Omar Beats screen.
Yo, sound of Rise Above, Oma Beats, Double LMC, big up in the Guardians, big up Magics, big up Admiral Bernard. Friday night we're just rolling. Yo. Woo! Yeah. Wicked sound of the Oma Beats on the fader, bro. Big up Andy PG, big up Buffdon, big up the producer, the Empress. Hang tight Yoji. Big up Milsky Van Helsing, big up Chop the Dog, big up Graham B, Sasha English, Zero Dragon 14. Yo. Got to keep it, got to keep it moving, got to keep it bouncing, got to get my high grade by the ounce in. Oma Beats is mixing. Yeah, Double L's announcing. Double checking the measurement, write that shit down. Double checking the measurement, write that shit on testament. Placement onto relevance, my lyrical intelligence, a new stage, a new development, and the everlasting race. Sound of Oma Beats as these rinsing drum and bass. Bigger, badder, better, bass. Live inside the Rise Above HQ with taste. Yeah, I tell all the viewers, a little bit different tonight. Coming up to the 2-hour marker, 143 people tuned in, it's Rise Above, baby. Bigger, badder, better, listen my selector, word for word, letter for letter, word for word, letter for letter. How you not feeling? Fuck the Soviet Union. Down with Lord Schwab, Health Chancellor Gates, bun you down, eternal hellfire. Even through the darkest Soviet winter, you never see me masked like a ninja. Oh, he wants the Dungeon Master. Bradley Golden, in the next break, I will do the Dungeon Master for you. Beware of the Dungeon Master, the evil, twisted, nightmare crafter. Blood runs cold, heart turns darker. Happy birthday, Bradley Golden, acts like the Texas crew. Double checking up, yo, I'm up. Seaside, a bit of a rider. Buster, one-liner. Oma Beats, C-liner. Listen, two-timer. Seaside up, rid of my rim. Who's that? Double L skin. Light on Friday night with Rise Above and we be rinsing. Telling the truth is a revolutionary act, believe me. Once for the ace, two's for the spades. This is how a Rise Above session gets played. Oma Beats, holding it down. With me, the MC Double L with that lyrical crown. We're coming on. Once for the ace, two's for the spades. This is how a drum and bass session gets blaze. Rise above HQ. Running right through. Okay. Step, 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 step. Yo, listen. Blank pages.
They come and go.
Okay.
I'm here.
Stand above with beats and double NMC. Rise above. Somebody rise above. Yo. Double checking the measurement. Right on shit on testament. Wait. It's like, hi there, nice to meet ya. It's double L, I'm a preacher. It's selector, to your selector. I got some things to teach ya. When you test me, lyrically beat you down with the verbal jungle sound. Oh my, don't fuck around. Live in Bournemouth town. Live and rise above. Live on Friday night. And we be coming with the vibe. Standard, no misunderstanding. MC double L's here. Standard, no misunderstanding. I'm crystal clear. Standard, no misunderstanding. MC double L's here and I'm landed. Lyrical shit to be branded. Lyrically outstanding. It's a banger. Full capacity. On my beats. Shit. On my beats. Oi, how you not doing? Big up Bailey Montblanc. Big up Kim Walker. Big up James Cole. Hang tight Bradley Golden. Big up the work realist. Graham B. Sasha English. We're just rolling out on a Friday night. Rise above. Hey yo, maximum compression in the frequency, we're stepping in, repping in, we're doing exactly what we're threatening, strong times we're tethering, weak links we're severing, there's never been a better time to unleash. Yo, strong times we're tether, weak links we sever, tries to go the wall that we endeavor, believe, strong times we're tethering, weak links we're severing, yo, we're endeavoring, over beats and double L, over beats and double L, over beats and double L. Live on Friday night, rise above. Can you tell? Can you tell? Can you You up next? You up next? Andy PG's up next. We keep it rolling. Yo. Who would have known? Omar Beats and Andy PG back to back, baby. D-D-D-O-O-O-U-U-D-B-B-B-L-L-L-E-E-E-L-L-M-C. Yo, that's me. Letter clarity. Drop it. Verbal slightly with Omar Beats. Oh shit. Rise above family on a Friday night, something different. We got music, we got information, we got real, truth and authentic reality. Strikes the walls of gold that we've endeavored. Yo, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Too many men in the microphone, too many men in the microbus. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Too many men in the microphone, too many men in the microbus. On the beats to tear it up. The most explosive matter is the sound you can't touch. It be the sound you can't touch. The most explosive matter is the sound you can't touch. Alright, let's get esoteric. Yeah? Listen, most of them could never hope to know, but the chosen few are getting so close. Closer to the gateway, the path didn't show. The road isn't lit.
You weren't supposed to see it, so it's difficult to make way, but ways we be making. Our vision of this world is mistaken. When my skin touched the membrane, my mass is displacing. I can't explain it. They told me I was insane. I knew I wasn't faking. You might talk about a struggle, but if you break it down to molecules of rubble, when the world falls to pieces, left in the aftermath, burning ashes, the last machine's gone. The last computer crashes, it's the end of days. It's the end of our ways as we know it. If you're feeling sorrow, time to show it, chose to flow it. This double L and I'm speaking. When the end of the phase come, take heed of our teaching. Teaching. Big up MC Manic. Because one folks move and somebody get hurt. First established principles, splur. Rise above, baby. How's everybody doing? Pirate Radio, rise above. Big up Graham B. Big up Sim T. Oh, bang to rights, brother. Standard, no misunderstanding. Yeah.
Did you really think that I would really take you back?
Yo. Big up Homer Beats. Up next, Sandy PG. Rise above. We rise above. We rise above, extinguish fear when we generate love. Double LMC, yes, I rise above. Sound of Homer Beats, yes, he rise above. And Andy PG, yes, he rise above. Extinguish fear when we generate love. Extinguishing fear when we generate love. Extinguishing fear when we generate. Oi! Big up Andy PG, it's been a little while.
Did you really think that I would really take you back?
And time everybody tuned in. UK, Europe, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, USA. All around the Soviet Union. Listen. Welcome to the Soviet Union. Strap up on your mask, comrade, and start using them. It will protect you from the COVID pollution. Trust me, it's for your safety and protection. Welcome. Even through the darkest Soviet winter, you never see me masked up like a ninja. Yo. And I'll be doing it on a Friday night. How you lot feeling? Andy PG. Industry roller. Oh shit. It's been a while since I said that, mate. I think everybody tuned in. We're having a little break from the realness. Yeah. It's Double LMC, it's Andy PG, it's Homer Beats. Big up Inner Guardians, big up Magics. Big up Admiral Bird Nerd. This is Rise Above. We set out the table, we take the rabbit, we fillet the rabbit to the finest cuts, we lay it out on the silver platter. It's time to feast, everybody. Yo, enter Sir Lancelot. Lyrics to make you, enter Sir Lancelot. Lyrics to make you dance a lot. Gonna use them every chance I got. So people, you gonna dance for what?
Did you really think that I would really take you back?
It's been a little while. Man's a little bit rusty, but still. Oh shit! Alright, here we go then. Now the war has started. Now the bombs have dropped. I always pack man with a bit of I can do the safety lock. We beat some crazy days. We make crazy nights. Every tune he plays, every rhyme I write. Do we do it for the honor? Do we do it for the pride? We do because we're soldiers. In this war we fight. We fight for the power. Demonstrate our sound. Rise above. We're touching down. Is everybody loving it? Big up the woke realist. Big up Sasha English. Big up Corolla. Hang tight, who's that? Double checking the measurement, write that shit down. Double checking the measurement, write that shit on testament. So exponential relevance, rise above, yo. Look into my eyes. Big up Milty Van Helsing. I type Zero Dragon. Big up Lee Gould. I type Smash It English. Are you liking it? Let us know if you want us to keep going. It's Rise Above on a Friday night. Andy PG double LMC. Yo, Captain, angle the camera up a little bit. Bigger, badder, better. What? Bigger, badder, better. Listen, my selector. Word for word, letter for letter. When I was a kid, mate, I couldn't wait. When I was a kid, I couldn't wait to grow up. Now I'm shit. Listen, yo. When I was a kid, I couldn't wait to grow up. But now I've grown up, I wish I was a kid again. I've been around the block, I've seen the world is sickening. Feel like the Highlander, stood at the quickening. Is the flame still burning? No, it's still flickering. Please don't blow it out. People speak but they don't know what they talk about. So now I'm feeling down, I'm a doubt on myself. All the choices I've made, all the people I've hurt, all the games that I've played. Andy PG, live on the fade. It's been a while, Andy. It's been a little decade, hasn't it? Oi, Rise Above family history in the making. Industry rollout, aka Andy PG, double L. Yo. Shit. Friday night business. Live from Rise Above HQ. We're breaking it up. Big up Inner Guardians, big up Magic, big up Spoken Word Nerd. Watch as we attack this. Yo. Watch as we attack this. Swarming like arachnids. Watch as we attack this, swarming like arachnids. You might think you're heavyweight, but you could never back this. Yo, you could never back this. Watch as we attack this, swarming like arachnids. You might think you're heavyweight, but you could never. Andy PG, bring it up in the fade of blood. I could enter the mix of blood. Anti Brandy Golden, happy birthday, mate. Big up CK Kylie, Anti-Ram and the writer, Andy Pandy. Feel the energy. Yo, bad boy baseball mouth the place, now who be getting down? Bad boy baseball mouth the place, now who be getting? Yo, bad boy baseball mouth the place, now who be getting down? Listen, original, Rise Above sound. Andy PG and double L up on the mic. What? Yo, I'm a lyricist, I'm not a street fighter. Yeah, double L is a lyricist, I'm not a street fighter. I want to take you lower, expand and take you higher, expanding up the cranium to levels. Who is the architect? Who is the architect of all creation? The all-seeing eye can't see the change in my vibration. Breaking through the surface, doing it purposely. Consciousness triumphs in the face of adversity. Strong sides were tethered, weak links were severed. Tricycles that go that we've endeavored. Believe, revealing hidden knowledge. Ancient clay tablets, clues to the creators of this world that we inhabit. Yo. Yeah, it's okay, E-Connect. We're not saying anything controversial tonight. We're streaming on both channels. Big up all the viewers on double LMC and Rise Above Live. We're having a little bit of break from the realness. Hang tight in the Guardians and Magic's in the corner. Code Red, whoop whoop. Yo, Code Red, whoop whoop. Danger Siren song. Sound of Andy PG. Drop the bomb, mate. Soulful. Yeah. Big up Industry Roller, Andy PG. Hang tight on the beats. We're mixing it up tonight. Live from Rise Above HQ. And to everybody tuned in. Stream 20. On Stream 20, you know, we come with something different. We've got a bit of music to break it up. Lovely jubbly. Very nice indeed, mate. Slash it English. Sometimes I do dream lyrics. Sometimes I just make them up. Sometimes they come in the dead of the night. Sprint towards the light that will blind us. Taking blood from miners. Trees and drops of moisture at the dryness. Tangent and cosinus. Never bowing to no highness. Rise above, we've got an army behind us. Sprint, 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 sprint towards the light that will blind. Open up the mind. Look inside to see what you might find. You get me, yeah? Let me say it again. Yo, sprint towards the light that will blind us. Taking plus remind us. Squeeze and drop some moisture at the dryness. Tangent and cosinus. Never bow to no highness. I got rise above, an army behind us. Is that me jumping around? No, it was good. It's like he dropped a bomb in the middle of the mix. Rise above, we got the army, the army. Babylon is falling. Yeah, Babylon is falling. Danger, warning, danger, warning. Yo, nothing less than savage, damage that we're causing. Nothing less than savage, damage that we're causing. Soundboard with recording, audio rewarding. Yo, yo, Babylon is falling. Yeah, what time is it? Okay. One, two, 1, 2. Right, get my camera back on as well. That's the control screen, yeah? Yo, yo, yo. How's everyone doing? Tune, big up Magix. Let us know how we're sounding. It's Double L, and I'm still emceeing from my point of the presenter. Big up Oma Beats. Let's invite everyone back in. Everyone's saying no sound. Sounds good. Okay. Right. Okay, everyone. Welcome back. Oh no, you want to play one more trick? Sorry, mate. Oh, we ran over. We ran over by 7 minutes. We'll save it for the next break. There's more breaks to come. So, can everyone hear us? Is that all good? Did you enjoy the little interlude there from Oma Beats? Please show some respect in the comment section. Right, can producer, can you invite back in Inner Guardians, Magix, and Admiral Birdnerd? Hello, everyone. Welcome back. The Rise Above team has reassembled.
Yo.
Right,
Very jealous.
Magix.
Very
you
jealous.
want to be here for the mix. In case anyone didn't know, Magix is the baddest garage grime 140 BPM dubstep DJ in the Southwest. I don't care what anyone says. Aren't you?
Big up, my bro.
Yeah, you know you are. He's an international producer as well. When Magix posts his stuff in the Telegram or Rise Above News, you better check it. Lee Gould, I'll do some Dungeon Master later. Have you got the Dungeon Master instrumental? Did you, Magix? Did you hear me bust your instrumental? It's at the start of that set. Did you catch it?
Yeah, I did. Where did you get it?
You sent it to Andy.
Did I send you that?
To Oma Beats.
Yeah. Oh shit!
No, you sent it to Oma Beats. You're losing your mind, mate. So, right, I've got your maps. Right, we're back in session. We're back to Operation Antarctica. The Rise Above team is reassembled. Andy PG, Inner Guardians.
Oh, you got to start the other end.
We've got to start the other end. Right, baby. If you could unshare that screen and go over here and start it back at the other end. I got it in the wrong order, so you go up. Down. Okay. That's the first one. Share the screen again. So, Magix, you have presented some amazing slides about the history of Antarctica maps, right? Because let's face it, before that little break, we were talking about let's establish first principles.
Are we going Magix first, or should we do? Do you want to do the other one?
Well, I think you should do your one first.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
No, do Magix first, and then because you're going to do Falklands afterwards, because this is the history.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Right, so Magix, what have you compiled here, mate?
So I had a dig into where Antarctica comes from in literature. So forget the modern day, what it is, where it is, anything about it. Just where it comes from through our literature. Who's recorded it? And
well, we've already covered that the cross and compass people, yeah.
Yes. So I don't know. Do you want to read a little bit of this, or do you want me to read?
We'll take turns. I'll start. The first mention of the mysterious land to the south is accredited to a Greek named Ptolemy, a Greco-Roman astronomer who lived around the year 100 to 170 AD. He thought that an enormous far southern landmass must exist in order to provide a planetary counterweight to the large continents of the Earth. This hypothetical region, which had never been seen, much less mapped, even had names. The term Antarctic, coined by Greek geographer Martinus of Tyre back in the 2nd century. Mate, Magix, you've gone to work, bruv. This is a much deeper level of understanding than we're going to just rip off Wikipedia. Thank you very much. Right, okay. Andy PG, carry on. Where we get to?
So referred to an imaged area opposite the Arctic Circle and the 5th century, the Roman scholar Macrobius included in the southern territory called Australis, Latin for of the south, on his maps. Later medieval references to Terra Australis. Australia, am I pronouncing it right?
Australis, maybe?
Incognita.
Incognita Australia. Is that what it's called? Incognita Australia?
Or unknown land of the south, would it translate to. Would elaborate on these ancient theories. The maps the maps drawn between the 15th and 18th centuries often included it at the bottom. The considered first atlas of the world, a 15th century collection of maps, was where a lot of the maps containing Antarctica and its earliest forms are from. Theatrum Orbis Threrium, or Theatre of the Orb of the Orb of the World. The Orb of the World. Wow. Right.
So the big map that we all normally see, you showed it earlier. The one that we tend to see. We'll see it in a minute.
Move on to the map, please. Right, before we move on to the map, let's look at this illustration at the bottom. Right, Inner Guardians. I'd like your input on this. Look at the esoteric. I think we can actually zoom in. Can I have the mouse? We can zoom in on this. I want to zoom in on this particular illustration at the bottom here. Bear with me, guys. So we like to get details.
So this is the first page of the first atlas of the planet.
Here we go. Right, now I can zoom in. It's this image right here that I'm interested in.
Notice the two pillars.
Yes, this is why I'm zooming in. This is why I'm taking the time to zoom in.
There's so much symbolism.
Right, Inner Guardians. What do you see when you look at this? Is this is the people that wrote, that cartographized this map? I butchered that word. What does this, as the front page of their literature, tell you? Inner Guardians. I would like your occult knowledge, please.
Yeah, well, straight away you can see the twin pillars.
Yeah,
which is standing out, and then you've got the guardians that standing to the side, and then you've got the people below.
And the people below look. What happens? They look dismembered.
Yeah, self-slaughtered.
Self-slaughtered. Yeah. This is why I asked you, yeah? So, establish first principle. Self-slaughter, we talk about this a lot. For anyone that's just tuned in, can you elaborate on what self-slaughter is?
Yeah, well, it's a process that takes place primarily through the psyche or mentally, through various psyops and gaslighting techniques, where the end result is that you destroy yourself. That's like the ultimate crime.
Self-sacrifice, yeah. So you're basically coerced into killing yourself. Yeah. So we've just chose to full screen this for a reason, right? Andy PG is just looking at the top stratus of this diagram. So we've got some sort of like
So there's two globes on there. One's got just a horizontal line straight through it, and one's got a cross through it. And there's the archway at the top.
Pillars of Hercules, anybody? So let's put it straight. This is the cartography. This is the symbology. This is the front page of some of the first people to.
This is the very first. This is the very first atlas.
Looks like a grapevine here. Look, it's grapes. It's a grapevine on the arches there. There's two bunches of grapes, one on either side. You see that? It's a grapevine growing over. You see all this as well. Look at this underneath. Look at these.
What year is it?
1500s.
So this would have been the Google of the 1500s.
Yes.
This is dripping in symbology. Look, you've got one here with like some ointment or smoke or something like that, and then someone with a bush or flowers or something here. Yes, yeah, this dude's got a halo here. That's
so the halo, the fire halo, is the deity of the Masons.
That's the sun god, yeah.
Beyonce do her thing.
I'd say the male and the female here is the sacred feminine, the sacred masculine. At the top here,
they look like the guy.
This could be a hermaphrodite at the top.
So you have the orb of the cross on it as well, right next to the person at the top.
Interesting. This is dripping in symbology.
Wait till you get to slide number 3. So this book was created. If you go to the left a little bit.
Yeah. So let's just zoom out a little bit now.
This book was created by the guy on the left.
This dude here, Abraham Ortelius.
And he was a Dutch cartographer, and he was like pushed into creating this by the person on the right.
So this dude on the right, who's that then?
He is a Gillis Hoffman, a Dutch-German banker. So the book was created in Antwerp. Hoffman was one of the richest men in his time and the prosperous city of Antwerp, trading centre of the Spanish Netherlands. So if you go to the next slide.
Yeah. Next one, sorry.
There we go. If someone wants to start reading from the top.
Okay, so 1 second. Right, so in a letter to King Philip II, dated February 29th, 1568, Fernando Alvarez de Toledo, the third Duke of Alba, described Antwerp as a Babylon, a confusion and receptacle of all sects indifferently, and as a town most frequented by pernicious people. 2. A similar sentiment was expressed by a Catholic monk, Brother Cornelius, who complained that the innumerable foreigners and heretics that transformed Antwerp into the Great Babylon. Another person of the story and great master, John Radesmar, the elder John's blah 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 he was the apprentice to Hoffman, and his sons include Daniel, who was I'm not going to try and butcher these names, guys, who was the progenitor of the embroidered Dutch gentleman at somewhere
Nieuwerkerk, and the Grand Master of the Freemasons, John Bradenmarker the Younger. So the early mainstream maps that include Antarctica are from the very powerful group of people out of place that was being dubbed the Great Babylon. Does that ring a bell, anyone? Like the Great Reset? Let's get fucking word nerd back in here, right? Is this like reminiscent of anything that's sort of happening now? Like a group of like secret society dark occultists just got together and decided to rewrite history. So we get to the Great Babylon, and a group of men that are all connected to a mysterious heterodox sect called the Family of Love and the well-established high-level Freemasons. Magics. Mate, you could get killed for this type of information. You're going to put on the torture list, mate.
This is my words as well.
Yeah, by the way, everyone, in case you're wondering, this is literally, this is the original Rise Above material. Let me just put it back onto full screen.
There's quotes and obviously names and that. But
yeah. But of course, you know, we have to give you credit where credit's due. This is your original research, mate. So where do we get to?
You'll start to see a pattern with regards to the information. They're playing a relay race. So the planning is for the long game. So stuff from the 15th century would be passed on right up until now. You'll start to see patterns the more you look into this type of thing.
So what you're saying in the Guardians is actually cyclical. We're not on a linear timeline that's progressing from point A to point B. Are we actually on a circular, cyclical timeline that repeats?
Both.
Wow. Okay. Well,
another point to add to that. These are pre-Grand Lodge Masons, so these are technically before Freemasonry existed in our history.
Right. Okay. That's an interesting sort of advancement to the story. These are not Scottish and Yorkshire Rite Freemasonry. This is pre that, yeah.
So the elder guy, he is not technically accredited as being a Freemason. His son, the younger, is accredited as being a Grand Master of Freemasonry.
Okay, well, I'll carry on reading. If you could just share the screen again, please, producer. So, hashtag Rise Above. This is original magic research. No, wrong view. The Family of Love was an apocalyptic sect that believed the end of the world was fast approaching. Founded by the prosperous merchant from Munster, Henrik Nicholas, a.k.a. H.N. the Hilge Nature, Holy Creature. Mate, I've never even heard of this guy. Holy shit. The apocalyptic element of their belief meant that adherents could live as members of religious communities because all religions and authorities would have been irrelevant come the end of times. Does this sound familiar to another sect? I'm going to say hashtag Sabbatean Frankism.
Seems like that.
It does, doesn't it?
Make it happen again.
Wow. Members of this sect were wealthy merchants, bankers, and religious influencers and authors. And one such member and another character in the Atlas is a man who printed not only the first 1570 editions, but the important expanded 1579 Latin edition with its bibliography, the Catalogus Actorium, Index Tabutarium, the maps with the text on the back, followed by a register and the place names of ancient times, the nomenclator, and who also played a major role in the marketing printing of the book, whose Ortelius friend and colleague, the French publisher, printer and bookseller Christophe Plantin. So we're talking about 15th century architects of reality here.
No, it's the two photos here.
I've never even heard of these guys, mate.
You have a little zoom in on the two
They all look
photos.
whoish. They all look like Sabate and Frankis. Look at their face. Look at their beards. They look like
Look
Jacob
what he's
Frank.
doing with his hand. Look what he's doing. Look what Plantin is doing with his hand.
Oh, holy shit! Yeah, look, guys, give me that.
He's got a compass in one hand.
So
He's got his hand on a book.
So follow the
And
mouse
look what
cursor.
Grand-
guys. This guy in bottom right. These guys are grandmasters
at the top is wearing.
So remember that the game is played through signs and symbols. That's how the long plan is played out, is by connecting using the signs and symbols. That's what you got to look for.
So what you're saying in the Guardians, that's why this guy here is wearing the same get-up as Lord Schwab is wearing when we show those memes of him.
His best Saturnian attire.
This is Saturnian Grandmaster Adept Priest class attire. This is what we're talking about here. It's not.
Yeah, it's a replay.
A replay, yeah. So this is what you said in the Guardians. I'm sure you made a post of this. It's not the great. In fact, you made a whole video. Not the great reset, the great replay. Please expand.
Well, it's we seem to think that these resets is something that, or the end of times concept is like the end of times. There's been the end of times many times. What it actually means it's the replay or the reset. For those who've watched the Matrix trilogy, I think it was Matrix 3 with the architect. I mean, how does he describe what he's done to reality or the Matrix? He's done resets.
Oh yeah, let's get it right. He had. Is this in episode 1?
No,
They said that
it's just number 3.
So
Number 3.
okay, so am I getting this right? In number 3, they said the first few versions, maybe 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 version of Matrix didn't work, and it didn't quite effectively trap.
What was the second one called? The Matrix Reloaded.
Oh no, we're not talking about the movies. But what In the Garden is saying is in the Matrix, the third movie, the architect actually insinuated that when they were constructing the AI, when it was constructing the Matrix to trap our consciousness, to create its batteries, the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts were actually unsuccessful.
Okay.
Because the reality which they tried to replicate, and I'm paraphrasing the Wachowski brothers / sisters here, the reality they tried to replicate wasn't quite, let me get this right, comforting enough to make the symbiotes or the batteries actually believe they were in real reality.
Right.
So they actually recreated sort of late 20th, early 21st century. Yeah, they found the optimum level of reality where it was just comfortable enough, but just harsh enough to capture their consciousness. Am I getting that right, guys? Matrix fans, people in the comments, I think I'm getting that roughly right. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is why
the Great
this is why
Reset.
you've got
Reset.
the Great Reset accompanies the Great Awakening. They run side by side, and throughout history, this is not like the first time. It's happened many times. So you'll see literature and stuff where they actually thought it was the end days or end of time. Well, that it possibly was for that particular phase before a reset. I was always taught from my teachers that humanity has received many genetic modifications. We've even had organs placed in us and removed.
Wait. What kind of organs?
Similar to the way it's described, and this could be purely sort of like an analogy or even metaphysical, that we did have tails. Now, this has nothing to do with evolution.
I've heard of this, mate.
Where the tail is placed is questionable.
Michael.
Word, power, and sound. Every positive movement, every conversation, every connection, every seed you plant, ripple. Don't let anyone ever tell you you that one person can't make a change. Bullshit!
On the dawn of a harvest sun, are we speaking the truth in the sharpest tongue? Feast on a rabbit, served with a garnished lunch. We got the hardest puns. Mind master, trust your ability. NPC is an IQ deficiency. They're living in mental captivity. I'll never submit to these bloodline dynasties. On the dawn of a harvest, crops a song to trade corn with the farmers. Sometimes I want out of this nightmare society, like I was born with the Amish. I've got the formula mastered, claiming our power, there's more to be harnessed. I'm no ordinary artist, try wage war, I'll be forming the armies. EQRA-NOX, that's Equinox. Our essence is infinite, not confined to meat suits or Tesla bots. On the night of a harvest moon, on the dawn of a harvest song, we're telling them welcome to the Equinox. Welcome to the Equinox.
On the night of a harvest moon, I take flight to the farthest tomb. I meditate in the darkest room by the candlelight until the spark exhumes. On the night of a harvest, I see a silhouette hunter hold up a carcass. Any heartbeat's a target, and blood trails the ground like red carpet. On the night of a harvest moon, so sacred, silk on an ancient loom. Hooded robes in ritual rooms, pray all night from yesterday's noon. On the night of a harvest, farmers emerge and they set up a market. It's all business regardless, where your loot is bought and sold and bartered.
EQRA-NOX, that's Equinox. Our essence is infinite, not confined to meat suits or Tesla bots. On the night of a harvest moon, on the dawn of a harvest song, we're telling them welcome to the Equinox. Welcome to the Equinox. On the dawn we glance to the east. We ain't scared of the mark of the beast. Performing sacred rituals, nobody but a shaman and me. If they wanna take me out, they better come with at least 33 Schwabi and Fleet. Cause I won't go quietly, they're gonna have to do more to silence me. That's the irony, lost in this messed up society. They wanna force their views on our offspring, teaching our children that gender's non-binary. This is social engineering to try fulfill transhuman agenda. Al Gore better come prepared, cause I ain't in the mood to be censored. EQRA-NOX, that's Equinox. Our essence is infinite, not confined to meat suits or Tesla bots. On the night of a harvest moon, on the dawn of a harvest song, we're telling them welcome to the Equinox. Welcome to the Equinox.
I'm a freelance quantum gardener with a homemade combine harvester. So when I see your crops wilting, I got the organic rod that will harden them. This realm rotates in cycles in counter-rotational Solomon spirals. Masons build towers like Eiffel and vortex points to drain your vital. Simulacrums appear cyclical, toroidal electro-spiritual. The holosphere projects physical, the manifestational synergy's mythical. We got problems, parasitical inside this torus field is critical. Henceforth mankind is pitiful. Rise and shine, please explain.